Hi, I'm Merrick D'Amato.
And I'm a spider cultist.
And welcome back to Mindbreakers.
Yes, the show that takes your brain out of your head, dangles it in your face, and says, "You see this? You see this? This is a movie."
That's debatable.
We're gonna review a thing on our wheel of pain.
Well, I get that set up though. I'd just like to give a special shout out to Benjamin Noel. If you're watching, dude, he is my manager at work. He's also the one who got me a really, really, really good deal on a new Yeti microphone.
It's a beautiful thing.
So, thank you. You are awesome, dude.
Mm-hmm. Cool guy.
Anyway.
It's a beautiful mic also. I'm going to have fun.
Gonna bring up, don't touch.
Okay.
2, 1.
Wheel.
Bam. I'm going to give her a spin.
Okay. Anticipation is... okay.
Oh no!
All right. No, okay, all right. I understand this. This is gonna be something I can kind of comprehend then, unless I go fucking radically insane and start killing people like fucking Patrick Bateman.
All American Psycho 2, All American Girl. A girl named Rachel Newman has developed a taste for murder and will stand at nothing to become a college professor's assistant.
So she's gonna
Director Morgan Freeman? Wait, what?
What the fuck?
Morgan J. Freeman. It can't be the same one.
That's not Morgan Freeman. That's another dude.
No.
That's a white man.
Okay, well, sort of.
He's a white dude.
Okay.
My God.
Sorry, just...
B.A.
Mila Kunis.
Yeah?
William Shatner?
What?
Ooh.
Okay.
We got the Charles Officer.
Mm.
Kim Poirier, Kim Sugar. A lot of Kims.
So this has a semi-tolerable cast, hopefully.
This is gonna hurt.
Yeah, I like Mila Kunis. I like a little bit of Shatner stuff.
Let's see what this ends up being.
What kind of Shatner we're gonna get?
Probably the I'm not doing Star Trek, so I don't fucking care Shatner.
Yeah.
Which is most Shatners. That's most Shatners. Is this Star Trek? No? Fuck it.
Fuck this. I'm gonna kill all of you then.
Let's watch this then.
Stab, stab, stab.
New card. What do you think?
Whoa, very nice.
He was the most notorious serial killer of his time.
So what do?
I'm into, murders and executions mostly.
With an almost perfect track record.
Do you have any witnesses or fingerprints?
Actually, yes.
Now, the one that got away is picking up where he left off. American Psycho continues. Angrier, deadlier, and sexier than ever before.
So about 6 minutes of opening narration later, and the movie still possibly cannot explain or justify how it came to be. I honestly don't know how someone fucking made this and then put this onto a disc. This is fucking garbage.
Well, it was direct to DVD.
This was horrible.
Yeah, it
really I've seen better straight to DVD movies.
This is
the dollar store.
Escape from LA may piss me off more because it's a sequel to a movie I like more.
Yeah. But no, this is just a worse sequel. This is
objectively worse.
Yeah, this is just a worse sequel, a worse movie, a worse performance from two good actors. I'm really
glad we got Doomsday between Ator and this.
Why this would have just killed you off? You'd be a dead duck if you wouldn't have gotten Doomsday.
And if I hadn't recently got my hands on a whole whack of Ghost Rider comics that I haven't read yet, so I need to stay alive for those.
Things are cool. But my God, this was fucking stupid. So okay, it starts off with her being in the same room as Patrick Bateman while he's killing her babysitter.
Yeah.
And yeah, basically the whole first half of this movie, you're assuming that's actually her backstory.
But is it? Because
might,
that was never established.
It might be, it might not. Honestly, who the fuck knows? But I'm going to assume that she was, like, there in some regard.
Yeah.
Or that happened in her childhood. And then she moved on to basically going to the school and enroll... not even enrolling, stealing the identity of an enrolled student.
There's one thing that actually does surprise me about this movie. With as cliched and hackneyed as everything in this film is, why didn't they just go full hog and have her be Patrick Bateman's daughter?
Might as well have.
Why
Honestly,
not? There's no... I mean, with the level of stupid we're already working
it's
with...
like, I always looked up to my true father. Yeah, it's like, I never really, like, cared for my foster father, but I always cared for my true father, who was Patrick Bateman or whatever.
Boom! And then we'd have at least some connection, aside from she killed Patrick... Like, that's the thing, she, when Patrick...
Like, when she's there with her babysitter and, like, gets abducted,
Patrick
she basically gets out of the tape and then stabs Patrick Bateman in the back of the head with a
which I
fucking,
would have
like,
been
ice
able...
pick.
I would have been able to buy this if... You know how in a lot of the kills in the first movie, he'd play music?
Yeah.
If he was playing music while doing this, so he wouldn't hear the duct tape and her getting out. Because otherwise, no matter how into what you're doing you hear duct tape tearing because it's loud as hell.
Mm-hmm. But, like, she doesn't really tape it. She, like, just moves her
There's
hand
tape
out
on
of
her
it.
mouth.
Yeah, but, like, my God. She fucking... Like, she just escapes, and he doesn't hear him... Like, she doesn't hear her sneak up on him. And he gets stabbed in the back of the head. And then he kills her babysitter also, because why the fuck not? And then she escapes, and then goes into an elevator, and then she stays in there for like fucking 7 years.
Apparently. And then she's Mila Kunis.
No, longer actually, I think.
Stays in there long enough to become Mila Kunis, who's attending a university, and she wants to be a police person, an FBI person.
Yeah, she probably fed off her rats and whoever walked into the elevator.
Every single thing she said, single thing about it is obvious.
Yeah.
Yet they narrate for us.
Yeah, like...
Look, I'm going to say
6 minutes... I'm telling you, the first...
Gio,
guys.
This is going to sound really fucking harsh.
Yeah.
The narration on this is as bad as Peppa Pig. Of narrating clearly obvious shit.
Mm. But
her goal is, I want to be the TA of this guy.
Yeah, and she's narrating all this in her head during this guy, during William Shatner's
being
class.
His TA is kind of like a guarantee into Quantico.
Yep.
And we meet her opponents, which are...
Not really meet. It shows them.
We get the descriptions you get off the back of a G.I. Joe.
Yeah, exactly. Like the Cliff Notes synopsis of these characters.
Yeah, it's tropes. Like those trading cards that would come with those G.I. Joes when they did the 20th anniversary of G.I. Joe. It's like those, and that's the information you get on them.
Yeah, I've probably read better short stories on the back of fucking Kellogg's cereal boxes.
There's one who has a rich dad.
Yeah.
There's one who's fucking the professor.
Uh-huh.
And there's a black guy who's just smarter than she is.
Yeah, who's actually my favorite character. His name was Luca...
Yeah, Keith.
Lucas?
Keith.
Oh, Keith.
You know what? He's our favorite because we don't have
as much... There
was
one named
Luca. He's our favorite because... There's the least amount of time spent with him as much as anyone else, so he doesn't have time to piss us off.
Also, he's really good at drawing, and like he draws like basically little sketches in his notebook of him killing the other ones.
No, just of death.
Yeah,
itself.
Well, like also has like the main. Actually, the one that he had on the cross was Brian.
Really?
Yeah, it actually like labeled his name and everything.
I wasn't paying attention.
But yeah, he's basically drawing like murder fantasies.
I only gave this movie the attention it deserved.
Uh-huh. But like she even mentions it though, like during that scene, she's like, She's like, oh, a like-minded soul. It's like, you know what? At another place and time, I'd actually have spared his life or some shit like that.
She wants to be Professor Shatner's.
Yeah, everybody wants to be the Shatner's assistant, and
so
he plays a guy named Bob Starkman.
She goes to try to get goes to the like some kind of registrar or something. Student services.
Apply
to try to get the job and. Leaving is rich fucker.
Yeah,
Brian is like, you're gonna lose your job and Do you have any idea my father's because his GPA is not high enough.
Yeah, he basically got in because he was his family's rich and they paid him paid the school off.
Mila Kunis goes in. It's like, hey, I'd like to apply. It's like you're a freshman, you can't. And she's like, okay, and then she kills her.
Well, she doesn't outright say you're a freshman. You can't. She basically tells her, like, dancing around the fact that, like, freshmen aren't allowed. Forbidden, basically, to do this. And
which I guess it's a fair rule, because it's your first year in the fucking university. You don't get to be a fucking TA. Shut up.
Exactly. But she's trying to play it off as, Bobby told me personally that I should apply. Like lying. Like, really, to this girl's face, it's like...
It's like, okay, we'll talk to your teacher then. It's like, murder.
Yeah. She ends up killing way more people than she should. Like, halfway... Like, around the halfway point, she's basically killed about 4 or 5 people.
Yep.
And I'm just like...
Like, she's killed all her competition and the movie's still going.
Yeah, I'm just looking at it like... What the fuck is her plan? Like, what is she? Is she seriously going to, like, become this? Spoilers. She fucking takes the identity of the woman. Just like dresses the same way, and like never, like, not even in my stupidest of stupids could I possibly have imagined a stupid as big as this. Like, this movie's ending is just it's terrible. My God. But like we'll get to that when we finally conclude this bullshit. So yeah, annoying Brian shows up at her door.
And they end up going on a date.
Yeah,
and the date is as stupid as and uninteresting as you'd expect a date in a movie to be.
Just a vapid, fancy like a fancy restaurant with like them two sitting down, him ordering like a martini and her getting like a glass of red wine, and them trading backstories and him sliding her an offer of like $1,000 to drop out,
seven figures,
seven figures to drop out. Yeah.
I've never actually been on a date.
Yeah.
I mean, my relationships have just kind of happened. It's weird.
Then what do you do with the girl? What do you do with these women,
I don't know. And not what one would typically define as a date, I guess.
Well, I go on dates with women also, if you consider burning things and blowing things up dates.
Oh, I didn't consider that.
No, we fuck shit up together.
Lovely.
So he shows up at her door and she's like, "Are you on crack?" And he's like, "It was white.
It was white in a pipe."
I'm like, Merrick, why exactly do you picture me using that line? Why? He looks over to me and is like, yeah, I picture you using.
Look in the mirror. Maybe you'll see.
It's white and it's in a pipe. Is it milk I'm drinking out of a straw? I don't. So she just begrudgingly agrees. It's like, fine, I'll date you.
So afterwards,
he doesn't know he's gonna get murdered.
Afterwards, she starts. They go back to someone's room.
Yeah.
And she starts making out with him. Then she starts straight up going down on him.
Mm-hmm.
But he doesn't have any condoms, so she apparently goes and gets some. But she comes back and she kills him and says ribbed for her pleasure.
Yeah.
And it's just
she declined though.
This is the moment. This is the moment where I'm like, oh, it thinks it's funny.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Because this is the thing.
Exactly.
Because Gio, this is the thing. A bad horror movie,
Mhm.
when it's failing at horror, can be enjoyable. Bad comedy is the worst. Because when comedy fails, it hurts.
No, I strongly agree with you on that. Bad comedy is literally like the worst of deaths. But like, okay, they try to make it so like awkwardly.
I will say we had
to be
Kill
adorable.
Kenny Beer to get us through part of this.
Yeah,
It
which
was
I
not
still
enough.
have some of mine, and like I'm still not drunk enough. But like I'll never be drunk enough to deal with some of these movies.
Not this movie.
Fuck me.
No, not this movie.
Fuck me with a hockey stick. Fuck me gently in the mouth with a chainsaw.
No.
No, not you. Someone else out there. Someone on the internet. Please help me.
Want to shout out your girlfriend? Have her do it?
Nah, it's
Okay.
fine. Just somebody out there. Like, they go back to the house. She pulls down his pants, unbuckles it. No condoms. Well, what else are you gonna do? I can go to the store.
I can go to
he
the
just starts
convenience store.
bubbling. I can go to the convenience store.
It's right down the street. It's real convenient.
Yeah, I have my roommate. They have so many. We have so many condoms.
Drawers full of condoms.
Some drawers full, buckets full of the sink. The sink just has condoms. You pull the hot switch on the sink, and just condoms fall out of it. Like you fucking. I want him to just like open his like school books, and it's just condoms. Like, just fucking. His underwear drawer, it's like one pair of socks, one underwear, and
billion
just
condoms.
billions of condoms.
Yeah.
She fucking like garrots him when he's grabbing at when he finds her ice pick next to her bed. And
she murders him.
Yeah.
And no one finds out about
Strangles
any of these bodies for a long time.
Mm-hmm. She by this point in the movie, like, yeah, he's the first kill.
Yeah.
But like, honestly,
Second.
No, he's the first.
Second.
She kills him first.
Second.
Who else does she kill before him?
What do you mean? Before who again?
Who does she kill before Brian? She doesn't kill
The
anyone
student
before
services girl.
Brian. Oh, yeah, but that's
She still
off
kills
camera.
her. No? Oh yeah, it is off camera.
It's off camera.
Well, because she has her cat in the microwave.
Yeah.
The silhouette's on screen.
Yeah.
And even that, fucking
Breaks
Patrick.
into his house, shoves her cat in the microwave, and then just like walks around the corner. She takes it out and then just like fucking beats her to death with like. I assumed it was a frozen version of the script. This movie fucking
I think
sucks.
she beat her to death with a cat.
Yeah, this movie sucks ass. Through a fucking vacuum cleaner. I'm tired of this. Can we move it on a little bit?
Yeah. Sorry, I got bored of talking about the movie and decided to read a comic book instead.
No, it's fine. I spaced out several times. So much so. Look at this just like, what the fuck that I made.
Yeah.
In my notes. I made that the second I saw that she walked into the guy's, the teacher there. And like, started getting analyzed, like, psychologically. And
oh yeah, she gets a therapist, and she doesn't even acknowledge the possibility that she might not get the job.
Yeah.
And
I spaced out though so much that I just ended up waking up and she was walking down to the river.
If you could be anyone in the world other than you, who would you be? Oh, I'd be such and such a person. Why? Because they're...
Yeah, she specifically says, I want to be Elizabeth
Killmonger's teacher assistant.
Yeah.
We've already established someone's fucking... There's very little interesting with William Shatner in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's a bad movie.
He's honestly not in it all that much at the beginning. It shows him doing the lecture at the first part.
I hate to say this.
What?
But he might be the worst actor in this film.
Honestly, worse than Mila?
Yeah.
Really? You'd say so?
Yeah, because I don't expect a whole hell of a lot from Mila Kunis.
I was honestly expecting less from Shatner.
I'm sorry,
But
my introduction to Mila Kunis was her performance in Oz the Great and Powerful, where she somehow managed to underact the Wicked Witch of the West.
But she has no emotion in this.
Or in that.
No, but like more in this, I feel, than anything else I've probably seen her in. Like she's.
I like her in Ted. I like her in Ted.
Yeah, she's fine in Ted. But like in this, she's just she's a husk with no personality. She's just a soulless cunt.
Yeah.
Like, I'm fucking tired of, like, I'm glad I never have to watch this again, because this was fucking nightmarish, and this was soul-crushing.
She psychoanalyzes...
She gets psychoanalyzed, the guy says, oh yeah, she's a sociopath.
She's, even though... That's another thing with this movie.
Mm-hmm.
She's not a psychopath.
She's a sociopath.
Because she's killing people, but she has this distinct goal in mind.
Mm-hmm.
Patrick Bateman just killed people
for his
because
pleasure
he
and
wanted
fun.
to.
Yeah, exactly. For his pleasure and just the laughs. He did it for the lulz. Whereas fucking Rachel Newman is just fucking doing it because she wants a position. And she doesn't even end up getting the position in the end because the guy that she was going to be under is fucking killed by her. Like,
yeah, so it goes through
nonsense.
The woman who's sleeping with Shatner gets she gets hanged by Mila Kunis.
Yeah, I think that one was it Diana?
Yeah, I guess.
I think maybe. I don't know. I don't remember everybody's name in this.
And then
yes.
Then she kills they're talking about Patrick Bateman in class, and she has the fucking balls to insult the first movie.
Yeah.
Yay. And then she kills him in the library while he's drawing.
Honestly, this movie being created was an insult to the first movie.
And
probably
you know
on
the poster, you know how she has the sickle?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, she never uses a sickle.
That would have at least been something, because
I wanted her to kill a fucker with a chainsaw!
Or, drop a chainsaw off a landing, like in the first one.
Fuck me! Fuck me with the chainsaw! You know what? Mila Kunis, if you're out there, you made this fucking movie, come down to Montreal, kill me with a chainsaw. Just fucking do it, because at least then, that way,
Mila, I apologize for what Gio's saying. He's not in his right mind. He's drunk and he's high. I'm going under the assumption, if you're watching, that I really don't think you are.
No,
but
hear me out.
Shut up. I'm going under the assumption that you did this because it was your career was starting out and it was a paycheck and it wasn't anything like... Just like Ben Kingsley will just do movies because he needs the money. That's what I'm assuming this is. You got a parking ticket or something, and you needed to pay it off, and that's why you did this movie.
Well, of course
That's my assumption.
She probably got speeding tickets, too. She fucking keeps, like, gassing it away from the cops.
So...
But honestly, come down here, have a nice cup of coffee, go get some Tim Hortons.
No, Gio, you're not using my Gio, you're not using my show to ask out Mila Kunis.
No, hear me out, Mary. Hear me out on this one.
Fine.
Come down, get some Timmies, some Timbits, We'll sit down, we'll talk, we'll have the cup of coffee. Then, a couple of days later, we can maybe, go for a walk, next to near the old port, just talk about life, I wanna get to know you, Mila, before you stab me in the chest with a fucking chainsaw.
What's your girlfriend's name again?
Miranda.
Miranda, if you're watching, what do you think that your boyfriend just tried to ask out Mila Kunis over a shitty internet show?
Well, no. You see, this isn't a date, okay? Because that would mean me dating her would basically be me staying alive and like us being in love. And you know what? There's no love in that. I just wanna know her before she kills me.
Gio,
you know what? She's breaking my heart with this movie. You're breaking my heart with this movie, Mila. You've been in better things than this.
She'll break your heart with a sickle.
She'll stab me with a sickle.
Now, Gio, at least
be true to the cover.
Gio, do you have any more interruptions? There's still a good
No,
fucking chunk
no,
of this movie left.
No, continue. My brain just had to get that one out there.
So, William Shatner finds the woman dead in the thing.
Yeah.
Goes on sabbatical and cancels the TA position.
Mm-hmm.
And then he calls the psychologist, like, hey, my student is dead. And it's like, oh, okay, so... But then he's freaked out when she shows up at some point. She kills William Shatner for some reason, throws him out a window somehow, even though she just kind of blew...
I'm pretty sure she does throw him out the window, but in the movie, the way that we are shown it,
yeah,
she's basically like talking to him in this drunken, fucked up, depressed stupor, and talks him out the window.
Yeah,
but like,
and does the poison ivy blow kiss at him?
Yeah, just like he falls out the window backwards, and then she just blows a kiss at him. Because she ends up having the girl he was fucking hanged, and put a note on her saying he didn't love me enough.
Yeah.
It's like, really? That's gonna be... Okay. Alright, movie. My God, you got me there. You got me there, Morgan J. Freeman.
And she also impales a janitor's head on a mop.
Mm-hmm.
Kills a security guard because she's driving away with the body in her car.
Yeah.
And then shows up to the psychologist. At some point, her parents come over.
Yeah, they're looking around her room.
And something about it smelling bad, and there's a present for them in her closet, I guess. So they go to a French
because she wanted to keep her mom out of the closet because she had a dead body in there.
They go to a French restaurant,
mm-hmm.
and it's boring.
Yeah.
We meet the psychologist's mom. I think she threatens his family.
Mm-hmm.
That is Mila Kunis threatens the psychologist's family.
Yeah.
And then there's a cop chase.
Yeah.
And her car and then I get really, really angry because the music playing in the car chase, bum 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 bum. I was like, you know.
Well,
no.
They probably spent more time considering what song they wanted to play in the car than they did considering rewrites for the script.
Yeah. Like not having her narrate everything throughout the fucking movie because that got really frustrating for me.
Or cover up the plot holes of basically the FBI and any police officer.
No, we'll get to that part.
Okay.
That's Gio, that is mine. I'm the one who broke and lost it and hulked out at that bit. Okay?
Alright.
Fair. So she crashes the car and, we find out that she's not really who she says she is. She killed her and hid her body in a closet.
Yep. She killed a Rachel Newman and then shoved her body in her closet.
Wait. Are her parents her parents?
Yeah.
Really?
Because right after she says, "Hey, Mom and Dad, guess what? I got accepted to the college." And it's like, are you guys proud of me? I'm going to get to study for the FBI. Yeah.
Okay.
So it is actually your parents, but that's not her fucking
So she's
name.
killed, and then 2 years later, the psychologist dude is giving a presentation on her.
Mm-hmm.
Something about her being better than all the other psychologists. Not psychologists, serial killers.
Yeah.
It's like, no.
This is after she, drives the car off a fucking cliff and then explodes in a fiery, horrible CGI.
You know who I will always claim is the best at least most skilled serial killer?
What's that?
Jack the Ripper.
Hmm?
You know why?
Yeah.
We still don't fucking know who he was. We have theories, but we don't know who he was.
Uh-huh. But, I don't know. I'd probably say the H.H. Holmes, though, because he ended up running that shit and killing a hell of a lot of people in his fucking hotel of death.
Yes, granted.
For quite a long while. And he used the carnival to do it, which, you know what, you can't go wrong.
Devil's Carnival!
Yep. And also because, like, I read the book on The Devil in the White City, and he's one of the main characters in that. It tells his sort of the story from his side.
Mila Kunis shows up at the thing disguised as...
Yeah, they shout him out in this, by the way, H.H. Holmes.
Yeah. She shows up disguised as the TA from before.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I got into the FBI, and then I just scream out... Like, my exact words aren't going to scream them, but... Okay, do you mean to fucking tell me that the FBI would not make damn sure that someone joining them is not under an assumed identity? Would they not test for DNA?
Mm.
And just, I lost it.
Well, it mentions, like, yeah, like, all we have are her dental records. Which, it's not her, it's her friend's body.
But even then with the dental records, would you not check the DNA of the person you're hiring to make sure they're who they say they are?
Yeah, and also it wouldn't fucking match.
Like
it wouldn't match
fingerprints
anyway.
Even. Yeah. That's what I mean. Like, test her to make sure, like a fingerprint thing.
Yeah, it'd be a double failure. No bueno.
She didn't even look like her.
Uh-huh.
It's Mila Kunis. It's pretty freaking obviously Mila Kunis.
Fucking shit.
And then the movie's over.
No, you want to say your piece with this before I do?
I already said my piece. Is that about that fuckery?
Yeah, the fact that they wouldn't know exactly who it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that she fucking kills Elizabeth McGuire.
Yep.
And not a cop has fucking facial recognition or object fucking permanence.
Yeah.
Like, just no relatable characters aside from the black guy with the cool art. Fucking terrible writing, horrible use of these fucking two decent actors, an actor and actress, both. And I'm pretty sure we had some pretty good talent hidden somewhere in the extras part of this casting. But fuck if we're gonna know! This was just, it's over. Bad movie. What do you give this?
I'm going to give it a lawsuit from Tim Burton for the theft of the Beetlejuice theme.
Really?
Yep, that's what I'm giving it.
I'm gonna murder this movie.
I'm also gonna get
White Claw.
I'm also gonna give it one Patrick Bateman dropping a chainsaw on it from a stair landing out of 30.
I'm gonna give it Batman driving off a cliff into a white sheet, and then the cops coming around and ruling it out as manslaughter over a waste of time. My God, brain cells popped in my head from this.
Yep, I heard it.
And I'd rather be talking to a corpse than watch this movie for another second. You have anything else to say?
Fuck this movie and everyone who made it, and fuck all terrible sequels. And this movie is actually kicking us off, not just to episode 91, not just to the actual...
The 90s.
The road to episode 100. We're on the home stretch now.
Mm-hmm.
But it is just like episode 89 sparked the beginning of the Ator films being a problem for us.
Yeah.
This is sparking the beginning of terrible sequels on the wheel. I mean, we already had Escape from LA.
No, but this was one that was long. This was one that was on there for a while.
Yeah.
And honestly, I'm glad that it's finally gone. We don't have to tolerate it no more.
You know what's taking its place?
Yeah.
That's Darko.
Yeah, my worst nightmare.
Indeed.
My worst fucking nightmare is taking
Yes.
this horrible piece of shit's place. You guys don't want to know how I feel? Like a chainsaw to the heart for me.
Like a little worm on a big fucking hook.
Like a little worm on a big.
Your mother's real proud of you.
I want to grab Patrick Bateman and get a coffee with him right now. We're gonna go to Timmy's. Oh my God.
It's the movie you deserve. Just not the one you need right now.
I sit in my chair and just like, you look dead in my eyes, but you know what? You may see that there is flesh, and you may feel my hand gripping yours, but I am simply not there.
Oh, good for you!
And how was it? Fucking nightmares!